What is up, my crypto legends? Let's take a look at the charts right away. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We can take a look at Solana. We can take a look at the stock market, even though it's not doing much. We can analyze the situation, guys. We're going to talk about some scalping scenarios that there has been here today, the last few hours. And we are going to go through the next potential scenarios where we could find those major opportunities. One of these opportunities was mentioned on yesterday's live stream that has just happened right now to the take profit zone before the live stream. Okay, it was a pretty nice little scalp. Okay, it was a little bit risky, but overall it was a high probability scenario, which we're going to go through right away, guys. Make sure to destroy the like button. I'm going to go quickly through the comment section, say hello to the community, and I'm just checking here some settings, guys. Just give me 1 second, bear with me. All good, all good. Hey guys, how is everyone doing? We're going to go through Bitcoin, most importantly. What has been going on? Are we going to have a drop? Are we going to finally test the highs on a lot of the exchanges? Okay. And because I know this high on some exchanges was, this high over here was tested on some exchanges, not all of them. But for example, on Bitstamp, that was tested. Okay, let me just quickly go through here. The Bitstamp chart, for example, and there's some many other ones, all right, that the high here was actually taken, and it was, a pretty good opportunity. I did not take this opportunity, but overall we can see that this high over here from the 14th of January, it was taken. This is one of my obviously favorite strategies, where you fail to break out the high, you create a swing low here, as you can see, right? Claim the highs right over there, you have a drop, and then you correct to round about 50%, 618 fib level from this high to the local low, testing that level. As you can see, this is a great entry point right over there for these lows to be claimed, and even the value area low range. Okay, so I mean, this was a really, really nice trade. But obviously, if you're taking a look at, BitGet, you're taking a look at Bybit, this high hasn't been hit. All right, so the high hasn't really been hit here, as you can see on the chart, right? If I were to get a horizontal line here on the chart, this high hasn't been hit very early this morning, so it wasn't a swing failure here on Bybit chart, for example, on the BitGet chart. So anyway, I'm going to go quickly through this through the live stream, through the comment section. I want to explain how there was a really good trading scenario. I had some people, hey, what's the next potential trade? Well, and the first thing I could say was we are likely going to get rejected from this $20,850 range and test the lows here. And it happened. So this was the best quick trading scenario. You might ask yourself, hey, how could would have got into this trading opportunity, right? You can say that was a trading opportunity, but please explain why this was a good trading opportunity. And this is what I like to do on the channel, of course, explain why we've had those movements. So overall, this high was almost tested. We could go here to the 15-minute time frame, for example. Let's get the VPVR out of the way. We've got some, weekly level that has been respected a couple of times on the chart. We've got the daily. So this high wasn't reached. We had a pretty deep correction here with some pretty large volume on most of the exchanges, right? This movement down has had some pretty large volume, as you can see here on the chart. So you might ask yourself, it hasn't really broken out from a zone, right? It hasn't really broken out from a zone. We are still in a large trading zone here, as you can see. In matter of fact, we were actually trading, testing the value area low. But what really happened is that you were, breaking below the point of control, right? So if we do take a look at the VPVR volume, fixed range volume profile, the volume profile, visible range, you had that breakdown. Okay, it's not breaking out from anywhere. It's just breaking the point of control, which is right over here at the $20,890, looking at the Binance US dollar perpetual on Bybit, with some pretty significant volume. So, it's breaking a major zone right there. And it's also the weekly level. If I get the VPVR out of the way, it's a weekly level that, it hasn't been very much respected, but it's a weekly level. It's still there. and it's created a point of control. So you've got large volume on this move down. It's a little bit of a risky trade, but this low, after this kind of volume, you would expect, a little bit of a higher retracement. But because the point of control was exactly here at that range, it was likely to get that rejection and test the low. Look how quick you need to be in this scenario, okay? This is a scalping scenario. You get in the trade here at 20,850. As soon as you test the low, you could probably have a limit take profit right there because this is a fast move. Look how fast this bounce has happened. This is clearly, like whales, market makers. You come down twist as soon as they test the low, massive wick to the upside, massive movement to the upside, as you can see. So if you, enter that trade right now, if you did enter that trade at $20,850 range and you didn't take profits here, you basically, either stopped out or missed totally on, stopped out at break even or stopped out and at a loss if you do not take profits at the lows. It's very much mentioned on the Telegram just about 2 hours ago approximately. I got some people saying, hey, what's the next trade scenario? And I'm saying, hey, I'm not going to give any trading signals, but what I see is a rejection from this point. Reason why, it's point of control. We are likely to test the lows, and then who knows what's going to happen, but that is a movement that is likely to happen. So you enter here and you exit right over there. So, pretty much explained here right away. Now, what could happen for Bitcoin? That must be your question. Now, who cares what happened? I want to know what's going to happen now. So, like I said, there are several different scenarios. I mean, these highs haven't been tested. I'm still looking for the highs on a lot of exchanges, derivative exchanges. They haven't been tested. So I'm looking for that, potential test of this high. Then I would take a look at what kind of price action we are forming after testing this high, because there is a possibility in absolutely blasting through it, and there is another possibility in actually just slightly getting above the range and getting exhausted, right? And this is what we want to see to be confident to enter a short position and start taking profits at support level. What support level? Well, the point of control overall, point of control should be a big level to take some profits, of course. You could get a bounce, you could get a rejection, you could break through, we do not know, but it's a level where it could bounce. So if I'm looking for a short, this would definitely be a take profit zone if I do get that shorting opportunity. Overall, I'm waiting patient, guys. We're still in a massive big zone. The only trading scenario that I did see for the last few hours was this short over here at 20,850 range, because we broke down with some large volume, a significant level, which is the weekly and the point of control. We got that small little retracement. The probabilities in coming down to test the lows was likely. So that was a pretty nice position, okay? You might think to yourself right now, hey, we're above the point of control. This volume is not absolutely great, okay? I would be a little bit cautious here because this has probably just been a small, quick relief pump to the upside. We're currently hitting 50% fib level, getting that rejection at this moment. We got the 618 at the $21,120 range. Would I say that this is above the point of control successfully? No, not yet. Not yet, especially with with the volume, right? I want to see a nice movement up. We got the value area high that could get rejected, as well as it is the 618 level. Okay, guys, we want to be a little bit cautious. I think this one would be a risky short, as I personally think that these highs can be hit, okay, above $21,400. So shorting here, it would be a little bit risky. If I were to short right there, I would play defensive trading. As soon as we come down to the point of control, I would protect position or even take profits. Okay, it's a little bit of a risky movement, all right, that right there, because you could get a heavy bounce and then continue up to finally test these highs. Stay a little bit cautious. If you're shorting, you want to be quick, you want to be fast, you want to have your levels, you want to have your targets. Okay, so obviously this was a pretty nice short, that went to profit, getting rejection. You want to take profits here no matter what. Okay, we're still in a very, very big bull trend, right, for the last few days, and getting into short position and hoping that we are going to go down to 19k is just, it would be silly, right? It would be silly. You need to be very, very disciplined with these kind of movements. All right, if you are shorting, you stay very, very defensive. overall, yeah, this is what I think. Still, you know, I'm still sticking that, you know, this high over here needs to be tested properly. Either, you know, either having a massive blast off or having a failed breakout double top scenario, getting acceptance back here, and then this would be a level to consider, you know, shorting quite aggressively, right? Yeah, nothing much to say. You know, looking at the structure, basically, this is just you know, this is just a wick. We don't need to pay attention to this, but locally you are seeing that the structure is not really broken. This is not a successful breakout from this structure over here, as you can see. This is not a large move to the downside. So, you know, the structure here, looking at the 15-minute time frame, we're still basically creating higher lows. So overall, till we do not break this uptrend structure, once you get below this last higher low range, then it's going to be looking pretty good to get into some shorts, because that downtrend is likely to continue once you break this structure. So that is what we are paying attention as well. Okay, I wouldn't rush into a breakout trade, right? Because this is what could happen, right? I know that a lot of people must have short here, right? Thinking that, all right, this is it. This is the breakdown. This is the breakdown, and we're going much lower. What happens? A bunch of people start shorting here, thinking that you're going to have a large move to the downside, and yeah, obviously not. It's just been a fake out, a fake breakdown from this low. Kind of a double bottom scenario, you know, swing failure right there, and it's just had a massive big bounce. So, you know, shorting here is, you know, absolutely not. The only shorting scenario that I saw here shared on the Telegram, right, saying, you know, it's a little bit risky because the retracement is very, very small, was this one right over here. You get in and you get out as soon as you test here the $20,650 range, okay, this low over here. In and out, because this is what could happen. You test a low, you have a massive move to the upside. Anyway, I want to talk about Solana. Solana looks, you know, still in, I would say, because I got Solana on the thumbnail, because I've been, you know, taking a look at Solana, and it doesn't look bad. It looks like a kind of an ascending triangle. You have really created a higher high right there. This is a swing failure that we talked about yesterday. Hey, if you got into that short position here or here, you know, your stop loss is there. You know, you haven't got stopped out yet. You're in profit. So, but overall, you are low. You know, the structure is still higher lows. Is this structure going to be broken? Potentially, yes. You know, potentially it is going to be broken. You know, we don't really know. If we do break this structure on Solana, I can tell you there will be some pretty nice scalping opportunities. There will be some pretty nice scalping scenarios on Solana to the downside. What do I need for a confirmation? You know, we almost kind of broke this level, but this is not a successful breakout, of course, from this low, as you can see on the chart, right? It's not a successful breakout. You're still creating this higher low structure, and you got this range. Is it a kind of a ascending triangle? Sorry, you know, it could be a kind of an ascending triangle, and you're maybe going to test these highs. So yeah, this is obviously a bouncing level, but overall this could break down. Once it breaks down, you know, with some pretty large volume, you know, any type of retracement here is going to be good for shorting, okay? Because you'll be breaking structure. You will be creating locally a lower low. No local lower lows here. It's just higher lows. It looks like we are just about, you know, maybe a lot of people are thinking we're going to get a massive bounce here. You know, this is a support range. It could get a bounce. It could get a bounce to test the highs again, right? This is what you do when you're in ascending triangle. If you're at support, you get a bounce and you test the highs again. Is it getting exhausted as this has created a higher high, and right over here this is a lower high right there? Is this exhaustion and we're going to break down from this level? This is also very, very possible. The only high, you know, high probability trade scenario would be breaking down here successfully and then saying, right, it's time to change the trend locally for Solana. Very likely, whatever low is created, you know, you could get that bounce and then come back down and test the low, very likely. Then, I don't know, maybe you could double bottom and then this has only just been an entire retracement and you're going to go up again. But we're looking for these scalping scenarios, right? Get really, really technical, just like the ones that I've explained to you here on Bitcoin, right? Where we had that move down below the point of control, got rejected from it to test the lows, then you double bottom, you come back up. These are the kind of trades that we want to get into, guys. The high probability trades where you have a very, very high win rate, period. You don't want to guess. You don't want to, I think it's going to move up. If we break here, break there, we want to see, we want to be very, very technical, be patient, because if you are patient and just wait for confirmation, then you will have a very, very high win rate. Anyway, just a little bit of educational content there, of course. Joseph, thank you very much for joining the live stream, my man. I can see Mariella. Hello. Seboshi. I got Seb here also as well. Guys, make sure to get your cup of tea. My cup of tea is cold already. Get your cup of tea, your beer, or whatever you want to drink, your coffee. Let me just go quickly through the comment section, guys. Let's go quickly through the comment section. We're going to talk about, Bitcoin as well, as in how can we, look for that trading scenario on Bitcoin. And for me, it's pretty clear. We want a big breakout from this low. We got a high volume node right there. And this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm pretty clear with my next trading scenario. Like I said, it looks like that we want to kind of, also maybe break the structure down below. We either test the highs and fail to break out, or have a massive breakout, or depending on what kind of price action we create above 21,400, I will decide to get into a short or a long. Maybe if it's a long scalp, maybe it's a big breakout with high volume. Maybe you could get a nice little bounce to test the highs. All depending. But if it does break down from this low level, for me, it's going to be absolutely great for that, those next trading scenarios for those shorts. We're likely going to continue, a downtrend like this, a channel. So we want to get into, those big levels of resistance. And of course, this high volume node, volume candle is going to be a rejection point, right? So if I put a box right there from this high to the wick, this range, if it is successfully broken down, with a high volume candle like this, like something like that, okay, we have the price action coming down, any kind of, retracement here, consolidation, with low volume after that big volume breakout, it's just very likely going to have, another lower high. You can see you're creating those lower highs right over here. So you want to follow that kind of trend and, aiming to test the lows here. Volume is going to be the one that's going to help us with these decisions. This is the best example that I could share with you right over here, right? Well, this is what you're looking for. Breaking a structure, retracing with low volume on that structure, coming down to test the lows. Obviously, the Telegram group is not a signals channel, but some people were impatient. They wanted to know, hey, when are we gonna, what's the next move? And basically, I was just saying, currently hitting that point of control, and could test the 20,600, right? Just so you can have a quick view right there. This is just talking on the Telegram. I had some people saying, hey, what's the next move? What is the next short position or long position? And saying currently hitting the point of control from the zone, could test 20,650 in the coming hours. This was at 12 o'clock, okay? This is when we were trading at this level over here of 20,800. So, yeah, just wanted to note that, sometimes I do share a little bit of, what I see on the Telegram. I'm not very active. Obviously, I will be active in the Discord that is coming, all right, in the next coming weeks for all of these type of scalping scenarios. Like I said, guys, we're still in a pretty large zone. It's pretty hard at the moment. I'm saying I could easily say that inside of this zone, the selling pressure is winning, okay? The selling pressure is winning. And this, for me, is a kind of a distribution kind of event, okay? Whether we test the highs or not, I don't think Bitcoin is going to successfully go much higher than 21.5, 22K levels, guys. Because when you are inside of a major zone like this, and inside of this zone, you have high volume candles to the downside like this, you know, this is for me a clear distribution event. So there's more probabilities on the price action of Bitcoin going up and testing the highs or not. I will be heavily, looking for shorting positions if we do go to 21.5, 22K range, okay? You'll still be looking for shorts if those highs are reached, depending on what kind of price action is created. If we blast through, of course, I'm not interested in taking a trade. I'm not going to short a massive pump. It all depends on what kind of price action is created at these highs. So when I see these high volume candles inside of a major zone after a major big pump that we've had for the last few days, when we got selling candles on the lower time frame in this zone with high volume, this is only me telling me one thing. It could highly be a distribution. That is whales that are selling that top from this pump. I could give you a clear example here on a distribution event that happened right over here in March and April. Check out the big massive bull run from 2021. What happened? Up here for several months, as you can see. Once you start creating this kind of price action, a way to detect, not only because of the pattern, this was a clear distribution, how could you would have detected this, is that you have high volume selling candles inside of this sideways market. You got the big candles here, bang, to the downside. Bullish candles are very, very small. They are very, very small. This is a technique that they use. They'll buy it slowly and consistently, so you cannot track the whales. And then when people are getting excited as you go higher and you're still creating higher lows and higher highs, they are going to ignite some massive selling pressure. They're the ones that are selling here at the peak, above $60,000, bang, selling pressure. So, like I said, inside of this sideways action, you can see the three largest volume candles is right over here, just at the start of this peak. You can see some right over here. There's a little green one right there, but there's high volume right there, red volume right over here, selling, massive one right over here, almost at the all-time highs back in April. So they are pushing the price down while it's at all-time highs. I'm not saying this is the same thing, guys, but it's just another way to detect, that this could be, that start of a potential distribution here. When you go to the lower time frames, such as the 15-minute, inside of this zone, you have the massive pump, of course, but that inside of this zone, there is selling pressure, right? There is the selling pressure inside of the zone, as you can see. So are they going to plan to test the highs again? This is the thing, this is what happened back in March and April. You slightly creating higher highs. Is there a possibility in creating a higher high here? If we start making this price action, guys, over here, I'm just going to, I will go live and I'll probably say I'm in a short position here. This will be, said on the Telegram or live streams or daily update, but I might be not there exactly for that event, if it does happen. But if you start forming this kind of price action here, guys, and get acceptance below this high that was created on the 14th of January, I can already say to you that the highest probability here after creating this price action is not doing this. It is actually, breaking down here and continuing to the downside and breaking the structure. If this does happen, of course, this could break straight through, okay? I don't want people to get confused. Only if it does fail to break up the high, then of course, that is the moment that this is just likely going to claim these lows aggressively and get that massive bunch of liquidity from over leveraged long positions, thinking that we are going to go higher after this failed breakout. So yeah, we'll be analyzing that situation in the next coming days. I think we're not going to see much volatility today as as the markets are closed in the US. I'm still slightly in that loss. There is a little bit of the markets are open, but there's basically not lot of trading volume, of course, in the US. But you know, European stock market is open. So yeah. Let's go through the comment section, say hello to the community. Frank Guides, hello, how are you doing? Jason, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed that, you know, quick, you know, scalping scenario. What I am waiting for here, guys, we're still in a very large trading zone. I would be very careful here for a rejection at the value area high, okay? I would be patient because I think there is a high chance at this moment, right? We got above the point of control again. We're going to get, you know, there's the value area high and it's the 618 from this drop. For me, this is not a shorting level because this high hasn't been properly tested on all of the exchanges. So I would like to see that high hit in the next, you know, 1 to 2 days potentially. Once that is hit, then I would be, you know, looking for that trading scenario, right? For that potential short if it fails to break out. If it successfully breaks out and moves higher, then we'll just have to analyze the situation in the next zone that we're at. This was not a bad long position, okay? This right over here was not a bad long position, as you were hitting the value area low, you were testing the lows, and you actually created a small little swing failure right there. As you can see, this is a very, very difficult long position, of course, but overall it was a pretty nice long, of course. You know, you're testing the value area low, and you could speculate on that swing failure pattern right there from this. You can see right there, just testing the low, value area low, but it's a quick move. You know, this on the lower time frames, it's a difficult catch. This is a very, very difficult catch. Yeah, not much to say, guys. I think this level, for me, it's not a high probability short position. You know, could it get rejected and we could come down from here? Yes, it's possible, but it's not, you know, it's not a high probability trade. For me, this is a 50-50 zone at the moment, right? You know, this could break up and test the highs, or it could get rejected. So if it's a 50%, you know, trade scenario, I'm not gonna take it. I need at least, you know, 65-70% probability for that movement, right? And this one right over here, of course, it was, you know, I would say about 70-75% chance that this low was going to be tested because of the high volume move to the downside. It's a weekly level, and it is the point of control from the zone. So these are the kind of trading scenarios that we want to take a look at. High probability level of rejection to test the lows here. So yeah, that was a pretty nice shorting opportunity. Let's go through the comment section right away. Okay, let's go through the comment section. RSI on daily BTC is a bit concerning. Only issue I have with price action moving forward. Daily RSI. Is it worth? Shall we take a look at that, Jason? Daily RSI is a bit concerning. Why is that? Is it at overbought territory potentially? Hey man, hope you're doing well. Can you give me some info about your course, like how much it will cost? Still discussing that, okay, but overall it will be less than $100. That is the idea, okay. I'm still not going to give any official dates or any official pricing, okay. What about private Discord? Private Discord is attached to the course as well, of course. It's going to be the course, so basically it's a lot of information in videos, so you can learn the way how I try and detect the market structure and levels for my and risk management, okay, for potential entries, how much I need to risk. All of this will be said, of course, on the videos, but most importantly is the Discord, because I'm going to be active there every single day, sharing my trades, sharing my technical analysis point of view on S&P 500 and Bitcoin mainly. There might be some altcoins. It is coming. before the end of January is the plan. Okay, I'm having meetings every day. All right, there's a lot of development behind it. So yeah, just I want people to be a little bit patient. When it's out, it's going to be out. Don't worry, you will know when it's out. So just bear with me there. What are about private Discord? What are the benefits over YouTube? Well, like I said, there's going to be private live streams. There will be much more analysis. You know, I'll be sharing my trades, of course. Yeah, on YouTube, there's good information as well. Of course, I will still be providing a lot of good information on YouTube, but much more active on Discord, of course. It's pretty obvious, I think. Do you think BKKT stock will go parabolic this year? Wow, I have no idea. They are taking steps towards one world currency and bringing all cryptos and economies together. Wow, I mean, potentially. I haven't done no research whatsoever from this. Joseph, thanks for joining. Also, Seb, what's up, Andy? Let's go. Father Time 79. Smash that like button. Andy is the TA man, says Jake Marshall. Thank you very much. Yeah, I really like, you know, hopefully this is good information for you guys on how, you know, I like to keep, you know, that educational content, you know, where were the nice opportunities today? Where could there be the next opportunities? Like I said, this market structure hasn't really basically got broken here because, you know, this is not a successful breakout. You are really at a critical range. You are creating higher lows. Like I said, you know, there is a high chance to potentially test these highs. This will be the moment, guys. This will be the moment to decide if it's a successful breakout or not, and are we going to get heavily rejected. It's just a matter of waiting to see how the price gets above this level, nothing else. Trading this zone is a little bit complex. You know, it could be easy or complex, right? You've got many trading scenarios here. If you do take a look at the levels on this lower time frame, you can long and short, you know, in so many different places. You know, for example, here we're taking a look at the price action for today. This, you know, this move down below the point of control and the rejection from that point of control from this trading zone was just, you know, it was highly probable that we tested the low. This low over here, you know, you could have easily thought that this is not going to break down as we are still creating, you know, a higher low market structure here, and it's not going to successfully break down as it is testing the value area low from this trading zone, as you can see. So you could have predicted that this bounce is going to happen. Like I said, now shorting here is going to be a little bit tricky, okay? For me, it's not a great shorting level, and one of the main reasons why is because of the structure of this, guys. You know, it is still creating higher lows, and we got a beautiful double bottom swing failure here on the lower time frames. I'm waiting to see if we are going to test these highs, if it's going to be a successful breakout or not, or the other option, like I said, I'm ready for it to get out of this zone here that we've been trading now for the last, you know, over 2 days. You know, a clear breakout, guys, with a nice trading opportunity, to be pretty clear, is getting out of this zone. And that is obviously breaking below the structure, the value area low, where most of the volume is, right, as you can see here, which would be this low over here. Hey, we break down from this range with a nice volume candle. Any type of retracement here is going to be good for shorting to claim the lows again, guys. Every breakout, and I would say 90% of the breakouts, we always come down, and it's not always, of course, if it's 90%, it's not always, but almost always, we test the highs or the lows, right? This is what you need to know as a trader. And this is probably going to be one of the best tips that you could have today. When you have a breakout from a resistance or a support level, you know, no matter how far you retrace, you are likely going to come up and test the highs. If you have a breakdown here, you know, you are likely going to test these lows. So this is where you want to enter that trade, you know, on the retracement. Obviously, if you do have a big level of resistance, in this case, you know, this is how, you know, I basically predicted this, that we were likely going to get rejected here from this $20,850 and test this low, because this is a volume breakout breaking below the point of control. We are likely to test this low to see if we can break it or create a double bottom. And this is what basically happened. So yeah, I think hopefully this is really nice education for you guys, you know, learning how to read this Bitcoin chart, basically learn the movements. Who's shorting, says Manoch. I'm in no trades, just having some trades on Prime XBT. They're in a slight loss at the moment, but this is a swing trade. You know, if it does go above 4,100 points, I would consider getting out of this trade scenario. I think, you know, as soon as we move down, I will be protecting. This is just a personal, you know, swing trade on the stock market. You probably don't want to know much about it. If you do, make sure to leave, you know, analyze the S&P 500. What are your thoughts? You know, I think it's always important to analyze the S&P 500 as well, not only Bitcoin. Teddles, how are you doing? Legends, how are you? Igor, hola. Hello Andy, what do you think actually about FSN change Saito? Thanks. Hey, I have bought some Unibright today. I FOMO'd in this small little pump, but I think today was a day, because, you know, I've been stacking up some stable coins, and today was time to buy some altcoin, and the altcoin that I bought today was Unibright. Not much, just about 10,000 Unibright, which is just under 2K. Unibright is one of those altcoins that I will be buying for the next bull run. Saito, FSN, yeah, I'm also bullish on them for the next run. Saito's done pretty good. It's had a pretty nice run up for the last few weeks, going from 15 cents, sorry, to 1.5 cents to 2.2 just yesterday. This structure doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, guys, on Saito. It's creating kind of an ascending triangle. It's having a nice high-low structure. We're hitting the resistance here for the third time. This could end up in a pretty nice successful breakout on Saito. But overall, we need to pay attention, guys. This is a clear market cycle top bubble pop, as you can see right here on Saito and most of the cryptos. This is a large, you know, we've had multi-months here on sideways where selling pressure has got exhausted. This is the moment you want to get excited, right? When the selling pressure is exhausted, when you're going sideways for several months, this is where you want to buy, guys. You know, it's pretty clear, right? There's no selling pressure here. So is this a suckers rally? Is this a successful rally? Are we in disbelief? What is happening with this pump? And this is where we need to, you know, focus and understand that this could be a disbelief rally. You know, this could be a suckers rally, and we are going to come back down and consolidate for another 6-8 months, guys, during 2023, right? This is what we want to, you know, acknowledge, that this is a very high possibility as well. You know, one of my favorite charts, of course, to analyze on a market cycle pop and consolidation accumulation is, of course, ADA, right? ADA is a perfect example, right? Where you have had, you know, look at this scenario. Look at this, guys. This is the possibility that we are here in this cycle is very possible. You know, this happens every time on stocks, on, you know, .com bubble, crypto bubble. It happens all the time. This is just human emotions, and it happens all the single time. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it's just, it rhymes a lot, right? So we could be at this stage on, you know, on this crypto cycle at the moment in the bear market, where it's just, you know, we've had a massive downtrend. We've been consolidating for several months. We start pumping to the upside. Looks like we are breaking structure here a little bit. But what happens, you create a double top or a triple top, if you wish, you know, on a lot of the altcoins. And then we come back down to even test the lows and go slightly below the lows that have been created the last few months, right? So we need to understand that we could be at this stage right now from this cycle, okay? And I'm happy to dollar cost average. You know, I'm not sure if this is the bottom, you know, but I'm also very, you know, I also think that we could come down and test the lows, right? And we still have some more time to accumulate in the next coming months, no doubt in my mind. So you know, clear, this is the best example that I could give you right now. Okay, massive, you know, bubble pop sideways. You're thinking, wow, this is it, this is the bottom, this has to be the bottom, right? Because the market is pumping nicely, as you can see here, getting a recovery. And then what happens is you have, you know, 6-12 months still of sideways action, slightly to the downside. And then here is where the start of the recovery, the disbelief starts right over here, right? Where people are still in doubt, this is still over, and then the market cycle bull run does really start off, okay? So yeah, I mean, that's for me pretty clear that we not really clear, but we could definitely be in that stage of the market cycle, right? Let me just, you know, whoever's not aware of this is, you know, we could be in that stage of the market, right? Not in disbelief yet, as disbelief would be that rally and then that continuation after the large correction. We still could be, you know, in that anger phase here where we've had some pumps, and we still have to see several months of sideways action and correction. You know, still a long way to go in my personal opinion. But just in case, I am dollar cost averaging into some altcoins. Saito, great project. I think this one will absolutely blow your socks off in the next coming years. That's my personal opinion. Please do your research, not say to buying it. You know, definitely not a financial advisor, as you know. Check Crow for sure, please. Finally, something happening. 2022 was yeah, brutal for Crow. What's for Jamie Crow? Let's take a look at Crow for Jamie Crow. What's going on with Crow? It's had a little bit of pumpy action. I mean, these markets haven't had enough sideways action. You know, the moment, you know, we just created a lower low here last month, right, in December. This needs a nice come down, you know, sideways momentum for several months to start accumulating heavily. You know, that is when you are definitely going to know that the selling pressure is over, right? You cannot lose much more when the market has been going sideways for several months. When you're still creating lower lows, hey, just, you know, stay on standby. I'm talking about as an investor mindset, right? For an investor mindset, that would be, if we were looking at trading here, we got a little bit of volatility here on Crow today. Having some nice movements all the way up to the 9 cents range. Yeah, what can I say? It was a pretty nice, yeah, yesterday there was a pretty nice long position here on Crow. Reason why, you know, you got, and look at this high volume node. This is how we want to detect those nice trading opportunities. How better can it be than this? Look at this. Look at the only high volume candle that there is in the middle of a range in between November, December and January. It's this one right over here. So that is, you know, for me, this is a significant candle. The high bit of it, the high of the candle, and also the lower part of the candle. Look at the rejection from this massive candle with a high volume from the low range. Look at the wicks. You hit that level, massive rejection. You get above that level, massive support. You're above the high of the candle. So you break out, you get supported, bang, blast off, at least to come and test the highs. This is the volume that is right now is not insanely high. I would be a little bit cautious on more momentum to the upside on Crow. What would be an insane level here of resistance would be this trend line hitting this support level. I mean, this could happen in the next coming days, right? If we do get this resistance, where I do think it might be hit in the next 1 to 2 weeks, this could be a heavy rejection point. And then maybe break it. But overall, a small rejection to come to a support level is highly probable here on Crow, which would be at the 10-cent range in the next coming days, you know, give or take 1 to 2 weeks to hit that range, big resistance zone. I mean, that would be an easy, simple analysis here without, you know, taking a look at major levels, daily, weekly. I mean, there's a big gap here with no volume. There's hardly any resistance. So coming up to 10 cents, we're only 2 cents away. You know, it's very much achievable. This is when you start getting the high volume node here, where you could get heavily rejected. I would probably plan to look for shorts here for a large correction if we were to hit that 10-cent range in the next coming days on Crow. Yeah, let's go through the comment section. Andy, great to have you here, says DeWalt. Hey, great to see you. Dan, hit the like. Yeah, guys, smash up that like button. I'm not sure what's happening with the like buttons. But anyway, we smash up that like button, guys, if you do enjoy the content. If you don't, you know, you can not smash the like button. Hi, Andy from Munich, Germany. Tobias, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Mariella, oops, almost missed it. Hello, everyone. Mariella, thanks for joining. Smash the like button. I got a lot of smash the like buttons here in the comment section. Thank you so much, Andy, for awesome TA from Florida, USA. Hey, MT, thank you for joining and thank you for the kind words. Hey, Andy, did you hear about Clintex, artificial intelligence coin? No, I haven't. Clintex, is it on CoinGecko? Clintex CTI. Okay, I'm going to take a look at this one, guys. There might be, you know, this one's having a pretty nice pump today. It's, I'm going to be very cautious with these kind of projects. I'll tell you what, there could be an artificial intelligence hype right now. And if there's cryptos based on, you know, artificial intelligence, they could have a massive big 10x pump in just a matter of weeks, okay? There's suddenly a massive hype with artificial intelligence. You can see all of those people, you know, putting their profile pics with, you know, artificial avatars, you know, with artificial intelligence. You know, there's a big hype right around artificial intelligence right now. So yeah, if there's any cryptos based on AI, then yeah, there could be a little bit of a hype right there. I'm going to actually take a look at this crypto anyway. Clintex, clinical trial intelligence. We want to be well aware of scams as well, guys. Okay, I'll do a little bit of research on this, see if it's interesting. Right. Where are you, Pac-Man Seb? Yeah, Pac-Man and Seb. And we've got Joseph here, though. We've got Joseph here, absolutely crushing it. Thank you very much, my man. Andy, you buy for HODL. Yeah, I also have a HODL portfolio. With gains that I make trading, yeah, definitely there is always a percentage that goes to buy different coins. You know, mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum at the moment, and also saving some stable coins. But today I just purchased some Unibright, token, which I think, you know, is going to have a big role in the next coming years. There's a lot. It does have very good tokenomics. So best technical analysis in the world, says Aditya. Hey, thank you very much. BTC dumping at value area high. Yeah, almost touching that level. We gotta know here as well. You know, it's just I don't like this level to short. I don't like it. Reason why is because of the structure, okay? The structure, we're getting this small little double bottom swing failure. We're above the point of control right now. There is a possibility in testing the highs here. So for me, there's no trade to be taken right now at this point. You know, I want it to have a move. I want it to, you know, either move here. This is where I'll decide my trading, guys, or a move below the lows that was created today at $20,600 range. After we have that move down, guys, it's action. It's take action for scalping, for day trading. Will we continue lower? Will it be worth it for me to you know, if we break down, get into a trade on the retracement, you know, am I going to take all of my profits at the lows? You know, I probably close 50%, protect position. It might break lower. I mean, this is going to be the plan, guys. The plan is to get away from this zone, right? We've been trading up and down. Best trading scenario that I did see today in this range, it was a clear resistance zone. We had a high volume on the move down. So it's a quick little scalp. That's the only opportunity I did see here. Right now, we're just slightly above the point of control. It might be a very, very weak move up. So we're kind of getting exhausted here and we could roll down, okay? I mean, there's no high probability here at this zone. There's a 50% chance it will go up and a 50% chance it will break down. So I cannot trade this. I can trade this once the movement happens, okay? So I'm just going to be waiting patiently, all right? I don't need to trade now. I can trade afterwards, you know? I'm not in a rush, you know, to make gains. You know, the gains will be made once we get out of this zone. This is going to be my trading zone, and this is going to be my trading zone. Right now, we're in a large zone. There's not much going on at the moment, so get out of the zone, guys. Get out of the zone so we can get into those trading scenarios. And I've explained what kind of trades at the beginning of the live stream, right? What I'm expecting at the highs and what am I expecting at the lows. A successful breakout and get into some retracements, confirming that we are breaking this small little local uptrend, okay? This is going to be very, very technical as well, as we are still in a big, large uptrend, and this could only be a corrective move, okay? Hi Andy, what is your opinion on TAP? I've been actually taking a look at that project, and I think it looks pretty good. I've actually done some analysis on this. This is a mobile application where they do have a debit card as well available. I think it looks pretty solid. It's had a massive uptrend here for the last, I mean, it's been going up aggressively for the last entire January, basically, for the last 10 days. It's doing pretty good. Yeah, I was doing a bit of research when I was looking at the coin here on the 8th, 9th of January. It was trading just at 0.002 cents. Wow, this has done a 4x since I was taking a look at it. I didn't buy any of the crypto, but overall, I downloaded the application. They do have, you know, a debit card as well. It looks a pretty solid project. It's gone absolutely parabolic here for the last week. Looks pretty good. But overall, if we zoom out, okay, this is just it's a huge significant pump here looking at the, you know, lower time frames, of course. But when you zoom out, you know, this was trading at 20 cents in January of 2020. It's just a fraction here. 34 million in market capitalization. This has definitely moved up some ranks, because it was at around about 10 million, 12 million market cap just a couple of weeks ago. It's gone all the way up to 484. Doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good. It's just basically a mobile application with a debit card, okay, to spend crypto. It has its earnings, you know, staking rewards and stuff. It looks pretty good. Doesn't look bad. Hi, Sir Andy. Whales might take out the 25k liquidity. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't expect such a large move to the upside, at least in the immediate short term, guys. You know, if we start breaking above this last level, guys, I would look for higher. If we do successfully break out in the coming days above 21.5, 22k level, I would be looking for higher, guys. You know, if definitely this high is taken successfully, which is the biggest lower high on the higher time frames, right, for the, from 2022, I would expect that this high will be taken, which is at 25k. So we will be looking for longs for continuation to the upside if we suddenly have a breakthrough to 22.5k. I would expect for the market structure to actually continue up to claim this liquidity high of 25k. For the moment, we've only claimed this high over here, and this could have been enough for that liquidity. We're having a massive shift right now. Shorts, we do have, a lot of shorts closing, liquidated. Funding rate is positive at the moment. So longs are paying the shorts. We're having a massive big shift here in just a matter of days, guys. So a lot more people interested in longing right now. A lot more longs than shorts. So it's very, very hard question to answer right there. If we do break through here, I think obviously the market makers will probably try and get this high, and then we'll start correcting aggressively. But we'll be breaking massive structure here if we do get above this high of 21.5, guys. This could change the game, at least for the next coming months. Next coming months could be bullish till we actually correct back down. So far, just looking for trades in the local range, guys. Get into those scalping scenarios. Hopefully, that we know at the beginning of the stream, we talked about this. Why was this a good scalp? You could have made huge gains. This was one trade today. One trade, you could have been happy. It's just a small move. It's just about 1%. Not even a 1% move. 0.8, 0.9% move to the downside. Just that little move, highly predictable. Could have made some pretty nice gains. Don't you feel like Bitcoin is overextended? Absolutely, 100%. This is why, if we do claim these highs, depending on what kind of price action, if we do not blast through here, obviously then I would say, hey, this is likely to continue up if we do have a big breakout with high volume. But if we do this and start dancing around here, wow, this is just going to be a great shorting level, guys, because when you claim these highs and you don't have that massive push to the upside, you're just likely going to get rejected miserably and come to the value area low range. So this is what is expected. If this high is not breaking successfully, guys, you got time here to short. Don't worry, you will have time. Once you get that exhaustion, when you come to this high, you want to break through it aggressively. If it starts dancing around this high, hey, you will have time. You will have hours and hours to get into a short position. If you start dancing around this level, at least come down to test the value area low point of control range, right? That would be obviously a take profit level. Because you could get another bounce. You could still continue the market structure. You want to take, profits at support because you could bounce. Overall, inside of this range for a midterm trade, you're only guessing, guys. Whoever think that this high is going to be, whoever's long in here to get to this high and a stop loss here below the lows, is only guessing, in my opinion. We're looking at market structure. Anything can happen. We're still in a range. You could arguably discuss it's getting exhausted and we're going to break down, or it's actually going to test the highs. I do not know. So that's why I'm going to wait for the highest probability trade scenario, which would be here at the 21,400 range if we do get exhausted, or a successful breakout below the last higher low here range, which would be at 20,650 range, with high volume, and get into some short scalp day trade scenarios to claim the lows. This is basically what I'm waiting for, guys. High probability trades. Andy, what about TRX? TRX, what can we say about TRX? Let's jump into TRX, guys. Why not? TRX having a little bit of momentum here to the upside as well. Wow, TRX. TRX is still in looking at the higher time frames on the daily, looking at 2022, 2021. You know, look at this. You know, this is still aggressively in a downtrend. It's at a critical point where we could start some bullish trend here, because it's basically at the last lower high here, as you can see on the chart. So let me just quickly get, you can see here, right there, these are the last, it's just right there at the last lower high range. If we do, and it's the point of control also from this trading zone from 2022, as you can see when we zoom in. It's a really nice bounce level, okay? If it does, it's a rejection point, no doubt in my mind. This is a level where you could get rejected. You've just claimed the liquidity from this high. Swing failure pattern. Yeah, I would say that this is a good shorting level. Swing failure from this high. Wow, liquidity grab above this level. It would be nice to see another pump here on TRX to the 0.064645. You know, get into that 61865 region, because then you can have a relatively, you know, tightish stop loss, and you can get an aggressive correction here from this uptrend that's happened for the last few days. But overall, you got a really nice high risk to reward. It's just claimed that liquidity above the, above the highs here. Just claimed the liquidity, as you can see. If we were to have a successful breakout with high volume above this, 6.5 cent level, then I would say, hey, that we could get some more bullish momentum, at least to test the highs that we have created on the corrective move, till we get exhausted, till we have a ascending wedge or whatever. But the highs will likely to be claimed if we do have that successful breakout on TRX. For the moment, it's resistance. It's a rejection point. It's a rejection point. So yeah, that's what I could say. TRX can be traded on Bybit as well, guys. TRX is available on Bybit. Remember, you do have great bonuses down below to claim. It's another way to support the channel, but it's another way that you could get a massive bonus, right? So $30,000 can be claimed at the rewards hub, depending on what you deposit on Bybit. And on PrimeXBT, $7,000 worth of bonus, which is 7% added to deposit, using Bitcoinsensus 50 as the promo code. PrimeXBT to trade stock market, oil, gold, natural gas, Forex, using crypto as collateral. I've got both tutorials of Bybit and PrimeXBT down below, guys, if you want to check it out, okay? Hi, Andy, what about Gala? I don't trust Justin, though. Yeah. But TRX blockchain is very used. It's used very much. Okay, I know a lot of people that use it. Cheap fees, fast transactions. A lot of USDT is moved on the Tron blockchain. So, probably shorting out of anger. They missed the pump. Yeah, probably. This is why, this for me is not a. There was a nice little short scalp, like I said. Shorting here at this level was a scalp to take profits here. Right now, I just see, the possibility in claiming these highs. I think it's there. Overall, this would be the moment to analyze if it's worth a short, guys. Not much to analyze on that. Mana and Solana have been requested many times. Let's take a look at Solana. What can we say about Solana? Solana is still in an ascending triangle scenario. Okay, thanks Mariella for letting me know. Got Mariella here. Joseph, thank you Joseph for the insane support, and also Mariella. Thank you guys. Right, Mana. Okay, thanks Joseph. I can see Joseph saying, hey, Mana has been requested a lot as well. Solana still in this kind of ascending triangle scenario. I mean, there's not much to be said here. We're going to zoom out on the 4 hourly, zoom out a little bit. biggest resistance zone on Solana would be that 26-27 range. We got two lows here. We got the low here from June of 2022. We got a low here from October of 2022. That is a big range here, as you can see. And are we forming an ascending triangle? That is the question. For me, it's going to be clear, guys. If we do break down from this support level where it looks like we're just about, if it does break down, expect some major waves like this. If it does have a successful breakdown, expect this kind of price action on Solana to come back down to test this high support level of $18. $18 is a nice big level that should get supported. You know, we're not going to get even close to these waves, potentially hitting that 618, you know, 618 level. 618 is, you know, between $19 and $18 if we break this support level, guys. We're likely to have that movement down. We zoom in here, look at the 15-minute chart. You know, it's still holding. It's holding by a thread, but it's still holding. Guys, you know, once we see that high volume node, then it's time to look for shorts. We have a nice spike in volume here, breakdown. Breaking this structure, guys, it's just going to be highly probable that we are going to come down. It's probably not going to be in waves. We know when we see selling pressure, it's pretty aggressive. So we want to be pretty fast. If we do even come up to $23 range after a large breakout with high volume, that is just going to give you a really nice opportunity. You know, you'll be testing the higher low structure. You got the volume node point of control. You know, finally, this hasn't been an ascending triangle. Till that successful breakout doesn't happen, this is still bullish. We could still test the highs here at $25 almost. Till that happens, then yeah, this is still bullish. So yeah, let's take a look at just a quick brief explanation on Solana. Let's take a look at Mana. Of course, we cannot. These are just short-term analysis, guys. Mana, what's going on with Mana? Mana, huge rally on Mana, done over a 2.5x. A lot of the altcoins have done. Mana right now is at the point of control from the volume traded the last 2 years approximately, looking at April of 2021. Point of control is right there. Wow, what can I say? This is a clear possible rejection point, guys. It's a clear rejection point, at least in the immediate short term. You know, massive level that has been support in May, June, also July of 2022. We can see here nice consolidation in September. It's the point of control exactly right there from volume traded almost the last 2 years. Hey, the volume is great to the upside, but overall, you know, as you know, we're still below this last lower high range. If it gets above this level, you know, for me, it's a clear rejection point. It is a clear rejection point right over here. It's a level where we could get rejected no matter how much volume. You know, this has been pumping for the last few days aggressively, over 120%. A cool off is likely. It's a possible rejection point. However, you know, if it does break out, you know, there's a nice opportunities here on a bounce to test the highs before you double top. There's some nice day trades or small swing trades to happen if it does successfully get above the 7.2 cent level. It's just such a big level, guys, where we at right now. It's a very possible rejection point. Yeah, not much I could add on there. You know, best trading scenario would be a high volume breakout after a consolidation, and then the first bounce is likely to happen on Mana here at the 70 cent level, sorry. Yeah, not much I could add on Mana here. Not much I could add on Mana. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up right now. You know what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, how I'm going to trade this market, waiting for this zone or waiting for this zone till we have a nice movement. We'll finally break out, guys. It's just a matter of patience, okay? It's just a moment of patience right now. soon as that breakout happens, I'll probably let someone know in the Telegram group. I'll probably let the community, you know, what action am I taking, okay? This is going to be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Hope you enjoyed that educational content at the beginning, sharing some levels where those opportunities were here today for those scalps. And so you could find them right in the near future for yourself, and you don't need anyone else, all right, to do the analysis for you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Mariella. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you in the next one.